Hi everyone, so what I'm doing here is, bear with me for a second now. Just trying to set up everything, trying to go live on everything now here if I can, so let's see. Does this work? Right, we need to... Hello. Right, pretty much I'm hoping this is all rightly set up this time for us. Let's see. Right, okay, I think everything's set up. I think we're live here on TikTok, also YouTube, and hopefully LinkedIn as well. Again, still trying to get the hang of live streaming. Obviously I have two different chats open. I have TikTok over here, have LinkedIn, and obviously YouTube as well. So that's one of the key things, trying to get it started. A few things here, just wanting to kind of, hopefully I think have everything organized correctly. Again, if you're on TikTok, will you just let me know if you can, even if you're not after joining, let me know if the audio is working on this on TikTok, because I need to find out, have I got my audio set up right? It should be working. I think it's coming through, but again, you know, you never know with these things. Anyway, what I might do quickly is I'm going to check it on my phone actually, so bear with me. See, can I hear myself talking? Because if I can hear the audio is okay for myself, then what we'll do is we'll jump straight into exactly everything. Bear with me. If I can see. No, right, I can't see it. Okay, look, I'm just going to chance it here and hope for the best that we're 100% live. What is it? Roughly 2 or 3 minutes now. Right, so we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to jump into Claude for your business. And again, just let me know if you're not able to follow along with this. Just leave a comment somewhere along the line, and hopefully I can see it somewhere there. So what we want to do is talk about Claude for your business and get an understanding of how you can actually use this entire platform for your own business. Especially now with the latest news that Claude brought out, is they're going to be focusing heavily on Claude for small businesses. Again, right up my alley. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with AI, and I think it's an opportunity for everyone out there that they can really harness these tools. So what is Claude Desktop? I suppose the key thing here is to understand it is pretty much just another AI chat. Think of it similar to ChatGPT. Just obviously have access to it on your computer. But the benefits of this is now, instead of it just becoming like a traditional chat where most people would type it in, need help with a topic, need help with something, what ends up changing here is it massively impacts how you can go day to day for all your content. So what you want to do is you need to understand to download it first. We're going to showcase how to download it, how to install it, obviously your account set up, and pretty much just showcasing we're ready to go with it all then. So what we're going to do first is jump over here. You can see you need to have some sort of plans if you're going to be using Claude for your for the desktop. If you're wanting to use co-work, you have to have the pro plan. Again, if you're going extreme, you can't go for the max plan, but for most business owners, you don't need that at this stage. You're just going to waste money, you're going to waste credits, you're going to waste everything. So, hello, Billie Jean. Is the audio working by any chance? Can you hear? So, yeah, like as I said, I'm just trying to make sure that audio is working perfect, because I had a problem the other day that the audio wouldn't work for me whatsoever. So I ended up talking to myself for I think 60 minutes or something like that. So yeah, so as I said, we need to use different versions. You can test it out using the free version again, but you're not going to have access to all the tools. So I would recommend to get involved using the pro version. I think the pro gives you all the tools you need to really kickstart everything what you're wanting to do from day to day running your business. So once you download that, have it basically or pay your membership on that, you want to jump over here then to Claude AI. You can see it up here in the top. It's going to be Claude.ai. And what you want to do is just go into, if we go back here quickly and I'll show it exactly. So here I am in my Claude chat, and hopefully you can see it there. But on the bottom left, you can see your actual pro plan. What you want to do is click on that, go to Get Apps and Extensions, and from there you can pretty much install it. So obviously the big things here for business owners, you can install it into your Excel, into your PowerPoint, into Microsoft Word. I think the sooner we kind of see more connections to Google files is going to make a bigger difference for most businesses. So from there, we have obviously the download for Windows. So what you want to do is download it straight away. Download it straight away for your Windows. Again, once you download it, it is pretty much just like any other app that you install, set up. You just click it, done, and you're away. So what we're going to do now is, once we have that set up, everything set up, what we're going to do now is jump over to more areas and understand more what the actual Cloud Cowork and the entire desktop app does for us. So just bear with me on this now for a second, because again I have to just move some screens around. So over on TikTok, what we're doing is I have to change the screen of what we're actually seeing. So in here you should see pretty much when you have everything installed, this is what more your dashboard is going to look like, with the exception of obviously your recent files on the left hand side. The big thing to remember this is where you can literally build everything for the business from the ground up once you have it all done and connected and built up right. So as I mentioned before, the chat feature over here on in Claude is pretty much like what you're familiar with. You're familiar with using Claude or AI, and you're familiar with chat. More than likely what most people do is they type in a simple enough question, they turn around, and it's kind of like it gives them a result. They go off, they come back to it maybe a couple of days later and ask a similar question, but AI doesn't really have much information about you, hasn't built up any context, and it is not a business, not a tool that's going to help your business. It is pretty much just a chat that's just you throw IDs at every so often. So what you want to do is you break it and understand clearly what the difference are. You have your chat, you have your cowork, and this is key, I think cowork is, and then you're going to have obviously code. Now from this instance, I don't know why number 2 here is shown as project. So, and one of the key things here to understand is chat, just think of it as a normal chat. You just talk to each other, you don't do anything else, you get your basic answers. When you're talking about cowork, and cowork is where most of the work is going to happen. Everything you're going to do is going to push everything about your business, and it's going to really dig deeper into actually what you're doing. And then the code side of things, the code side, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It is going to allow you to automate tasks. So again, a simple thing is you could take a picture of whatever you're after doing in your work today. You can have it set up to automate, and this task will automatically get sent to wherever you have it built out. Again, I'm not diving into that. I'll do that in another video, and that's pretty much what I discuss inside the community. But what you want to see here, Billy, thanks very much. So what you really want to do here then is, where we're saying, yeah, build out your cowork. So if we jump over here into cowork, we have this section here picked up. Now, key thing is you need to be working in folders and in document or inside your project. So the difference here where things really start to change is most people, what they do is they turn around and, as I said, you just talk to chat. In here is where you're going to work in folders. You're going to really start to understand exactly what can be done and can't be done with the entire system. So what you want to do is pick up your working projects. You can see here all the different folders that I are currently working for different tasks. Again, schedule and team I have built that schedules all my content. Once it's created, I post it, boom, out it goes to social media, done and dusted. So what you want to do is go down to the bottom, choose a different folder, and in here then I just have a test folder at the moment, which is a test Claude, and select folder. Now this means that Claude now has this entire folder to work with. So anything that I do gets added into this. So again, this could be your business. So again, if your business is personal trainer, for example, you throw it into that, your personal trainer, you build out all the files and structure it in a way that it makes it resembles an actual business. So one of the key things, and I'm going to bring it up here on the screen, is if we jump right down a bit further here, and I'm going to bring it up on the other screen again. So one of the key things here to understand in Claude is actually understanding what the Claude MD file is. This is going to be the one file that you're going to have to pay close attention to, because this is going to be pretty much what's going to tell that entire system exactly what you're about, what the business is, what's the purpose, what's the task. Think of it as it's a staff member you're after training up or something like that. It's pretty much going to have everything about your business in it. Now, when I say everything, I'm not saying you have to put like real minute kind of details into it. It needs to have an understanding of what your business is doing. It needs to have context of what you're selling, call to actions you tend to use, your branding, things like that. But again, it is pretty much saying this is the system, this is the business. What we're doing now is we're going to turn around and we know what's involved, what we're trying to do. So it doesn't break context from, say, let's say you have you're doing it for other people, and it's I don't know, a hairdresser or nail technician or something like that. It's not bringing that business into this folder. Everything stays inside the one folder, and I think that's one of the most important things to have on it. So your business name, what you do, who your customers are, your tone of voice, I think is massive. AI still writes like AI. It's simple and straightforward. There's no way around that. It's always going to sound AI-ish. However, you can do things to potentially reduce the AI sounding of it, and your tone of voice is going to be the big thing there. So again, I would recommend getting recordings. If you have recordings of yourself, if you have written work that you've already done, again, I would recommend doing that. Your rules, what to always do, what to never say. So the key thing here is remove the likes of, remove M dashes, remove, them big stupid words that AI does, mesmerize, things like that. Most people are not doing that on a daily basis, and the key thing here is, you don't need AI to pretty much start saying the same thing to you. So the Claude MD file is vital, but as I said, it's not rocket science here to build out. All you have to do is pretty much get AI to help you build it out. So what we'll do now is we'll quickly build out an MD file on a business, and from there we'll see what happens. So if I open that back up and just pretty much, I'll hopefully see can the audio work with this and test it out. Okay, I'm looking to build out my Claude.md file, and the key thing here is I wanted to get a good idea of what this entire system is going to be about for the business. I'm a personal trainer, and that's what my area I work in. Ask me any questions that you think you need to help build out this Claude.md file to start. So you can see here, obviously it didn't catch it 100%, but now what it's going to do, send it in here, and now we're inside of our folder. We're talking to this folder to an extent and building out the business. You can see we're going to start building out the instruction file, the Claude MD file, and it's going to ask us questions. It's going to update this, and from there, this is probably the most important part that you can have for your business, and when you're using AI, is understanding what the actual folders, the way they structure, and what the importance of the Claude MD file is. So just bear with me for a second there. So what's the name of your personal training business? Do you work primarily online, in person? So we work just online. We're looking for busy professionals. What do you mainly want Claude to help you with the day-to-day? So again, we're looking for maybe content on social media, client programs, and again, business documents. How do I describe it? No nonsense, straight to the point. Now, as I said, it's starting to build out the very basics of this actual MD file, and as I said, everything is just being built for us as we progress. Now, I know I emphasized it earlier on that it's important to understand the AI. Without context, it hasn't a clue. You need to give it context, and this is a vital step, I suppose, to actually building out that context. So what's the name of your personal gym? So it's going to just be Strongman Fitness, or we'll go a bit more neutral. We'll just go Strong Fitness. what platforms are used to deliver. So again, maybe we just focus on Instagram and WhatsApp for the time being, and strength and muscle building. And now, as I said, you can see it's gathering more and more information here for us to build it all out. And this, once we have this, that's pretty much, I'm not saying everything is done, but I'm saying that is a big chunk of what you need to do in order to start using Claude. The next thing is pretty much getting involved in all the actual, I suppose, fancier things that you see people online talking about with AI, how to get into to do certain tasks, what it needs to do, different things like that. So we'll bear with me now with this. And now remember, what you want to do is, this is a key thing to remember, is token usage, because when you're using Claude with the €20 plan, you only have a 5-hour window. So every 5 hours your tokens kind of reset. So as I said, after 5 hours the tokens will reset. But if you use it heavily, what'll happen is you'll reach your limit for that 5 hours. You have to wait for the 5-hour reset to click in, and you also have like a weekly limit as well. So again, mine only just refreshed there this morning, so I'm perfect at this moment. But again, just understand there is limits to things unless you go for the paid at a higher tier one, which again, there's still limits, but I think it's 5x or something like that. So here's our MD file. Hopefully everyone can see it here, and pretty much you'll see most of it there only from my head, I think, on YouTube and stuff. But again, look, it has information about strong fitness, owner's weight, online training, strength and muscle building. What else we have? We have ideal client, busy professionals, pain points, brand voice and tone, service, online coaching. So like, we could update this MD file as the business grows. I think that's key. We have platforms and tools, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. Common tasks then is Claude guidelines, content and social media. Look, this has everything we need for this first stage of it, for the MD file. So that's the first section here. Key differentiations is use it in copy and positioning, things to always remember, right? That's perfect. So now if I just quickly try and show you the folders. So if we went back to the documents folder where we actually built out the Claude, we will have our test Claude built into this. Our MD file is in it. Now, as I said, the key thing here is that's the start of it. So what we want to do next is understand now, I suppose, the shinier things of AI and what people talk about more often than not when you see them online is, where has it gone on me? It's the actual skills. So Claude skills give Claude new abilities, pretty much the ability to get it to do tasks for you. So if you have in your business that you do something that's repetitive, you find that you're constantly doing it, what is more than likely happening to you is you turn around, you're using chat at the moment, and then you turn around and it's kind of like, I want you to do this task. Let's say it's create a social media caption for something you have. What ends up happening is you have to type this every single time. So every single chat, you're like, okay, I want you to create a caption for my social media post, blah, blah, blah. And from there, what ends up happening is it does it, you go off, and it's never 100%, but you fix it up a little bit. You spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes and you walk away from it. So in total, you probably spent 5-10 minutes on creating the captions that realistically you could have done yourself in the space of probably 2 or 3 minutes. But Claude skills give you the ability to do them tasks with the press of a button. So in most cases here, you just would / caption, and from there it draws from information about your business, about your about your business, about your Claude, whatever you're selling. Context comes into it, and now what's happening is it writes the caption, let's say, for you, and it's done really, really quickly. Just to give you an example of a Claude skill, this presentation that you see here at the moment that I've built out, I built this out with Claude. I use a skill that builds out presentations for me, so when I'm doing lives, it helps me stay on track, keeps everything there, and pretty much you're good to go. But that's the importance of skills. So if we jump quickly back over to the desktop app again. So again, apologize to everyone that's not on TikTok watching this, because I'm trying to kind of switch screens manually until I can get full access to the window view. So now if we open up here on our skills or our Claude desktop app, we go over to the left hand side, you click customize, and up here in skills is pretty much the skills that we have. So these are the skills that I've built out at the moment. You can see I have a social caption, and on the right here you can see a complete breakdown of what the actual skill is. So you can see it's added to my SLM operating system. Again, this is key. A few extra things I have built into this to kind of help maintain the skills easier for me. I think that's a vital thing, but again, more on that in a different video. It has brand context, it has the slogan, stop guessing, start growing with AI. Again, I have that built out on the website. Here's are some things I don't want to appear in my content. So obviously the big sign is no M dashes anywhere, use commas, everything like that. No emojis. You see a lot of people use ChatGPT for captions, and what happens is it normally gives you 1 or 2 sentences, slaps 2 emojis, 1 or 2 sentences, slaps another 2 emojis, and pretty much keeps doing the same thing over and over again. And again, that's what it is. I try and cut out this no jargon. Again, what happens is you're writing a post for, let's say, a personal trainer, and it's like, want to get fit, remove all the nonsense, no jargon, no fluff, just real advice. That no jargon, no fluff is a key sign that the AIs that are writing it for you. What else have we got? We get rid of this, empower, skyrocket, supercharge, unlock, guaranteed. These kind of words in sentences for me don't make sense because I don't speak like that. So what happens is they try not to come true in my content itself. No overnight promises. Again, I can't emphasize this one more to people because realistically, I suppose, how many people out there have seen people on social media saying, I can get you 10,000 followers in 10 minutes really quick and easy. This is all you need to do. Majority of times, unfortunately, that's absolutely bull. It can't be done unless it's being bought, and it's being bought, it's just going to wreck your account in the long term. So, unless you went viral or some case along the line, it's just a process of building it up. So this is my social caption. So again, you can see it's a big skill here, but the thing is I can just / social caption, and what happens is it's going to write a social caption for me. Now, this is very simple way of doing it, but for me the way it's done is I get it to create, let's say, a deep dive carousel like you can see on the left, our main type of carousels, and from there it creates the social captions. Everything is pretty much automated for me and cuts through a lot of this time that you have to spend trying to post. And I know for small business owners it's this thing of you need to be posting more, you need to be active online, but the problem is trying to get the time to do it. AI, and especially with Claude, with business and stuff like that, it is going to massively reduce the work you put into, say, content and material that's shown. But also what I'm going to show you in a minute is what can be used to help business in the admin side of things, because obviously admin is a massive drain on your overall resources as well. So the next section we're going to quickly jump into is connectors and understanding what connectors are. So with connectors, it's pretty much very similar to what we have in general. With skills, it's connecting to some sort of tool, some sort of system that does a job, does a task. So if where is it gone? If we jump over here on the left-hand side again, hopefully everyone can see this. On the left-hand side, we have connectors. And at this moment in time, you can see I have 4 different connectors connected to my account. I have Blotato, which pretty much automatically schedules all my content. I have Higgsfield, which generates all my images and any AI types of videos. I have Notion, which is pretty much my dashboard where I can kind of see everything at this moment live, say. I have vidIQ, which is for YouTube. So again, for me, this is perfect. You can change this. You can look for different connectors up in the top right. Click the plus, click browse connectors, and from here, these are all the different ones you have. So we have Canva, Figma, obviously Notion, Zoom, Shopify. So anyone has a business with Shopify as front on it, what this can allow you to do is can allow you to connect to that, can pretty much give you the opportunity to interact with the information. So a big key thing you can do here is you can see, right, over the last 12 months, 18 months, whatever, my business has made more sales in the month of, let's say, December, obviously for Christmas, and the worst months were May. This will allow you to understand the data much better, but the thing about it is now, with that information, you can turn around, you can decide, right, I'm going to reduce maybe prices my bad months to try and see, can we push the prices up, see can we push revenue up. I'm going to see what's actually selling, what's driving things. Is there social content I'm creating? I can match up with the data from my Shopify. So what happens, you start to see patterns, and once you've seen them, AI is going to kind of guide you in that way and help you understand more of what's happening in that side of things. If you use HubSpot, again, you can connect to that through a connector, Adobe, Monday.com, everything. It has a load of different connections here. And obviously, if you're in a position and you're like, look, they don't have any that you want to connect, you can still just add manually. And most websites, not most websites, but a good few of them now will offer this, it's MCP. So this MCP gives you the ability to connect different tools that you're maybe signed up to already, and from there it's going to allow you to pretty much just connect to them, interact with that system. Now, just bear in mind, you can see I have a lot of them here disconnected. This does use up tokens as well, so I tend to disconnect some of the ones I don't use as often. And I think the big one I'll dive into in another video is the Facebook connection. This allows you to pretty much automate nearly your complete ad strategy. So it'll create the ads, it'll create the best based on your audience, based on your business. And again, it's just bringing all this information into one area that can really kind of streamline and say, right, this is why we're doing it, this is who we're doing it to, and it helps structure all that side of things. So that was connectors. And what I'm going to do is just load up back up to this screen again. So the bigger picture is this. It's not a chatbot. You're building a system. I think that is key if you can take that from everything what we've discussed here. When you combine projects and Claude.md, skills and connectors, and projects I'll just quickly touch on before we finish up, you have an AI setup that works for your business every single day. I think that's vital. It knows your brand, connects to the different tools, runs repeatable tasks, and genuinely will save you hours. Now, on that note there, where it will save you hours, it will also cost you hours. It's simple and straightforward, because what will happen is you will start to do more. So that's one thing you have to be aware of, because by doing more, it's going to end up hitting you massively, and it's going to impact you. It's not going to save you time, it's just going to cost you time. So the next, I suppose, 4 steps for you to do is download Claude Desktop, or Claude Desktop even, create your first project, write a simple Claude.md file, connect one tool. Now, on that first project one, I just want to show you this because I was keeping this till the end, and hopefully, as I said, it'll load up for me now this time. So if you see here on my system, I have 2 projects I think connected on this one account. So I have the scheduling team and the carousel team. These are my 2 projects at this moment in time I've built out on this. So in the carousel team, I'm going to just quickly show you my most recent carousel project that I ran here. So all I done here is I pretty much told it skills, deep dive carousel. If you can see it up there on the right, and again, I apologize, on TikTok it might be a bit harder, but if you can see up here, I have the deep dive carousel. So all I have to do is I do / this activates my skills. So you can see I have a content scheduler, deep dive carousel, main carousel, and then these are just the social caption skills that I showed you a few seconds ago. So I said, can use the material in my AI search, SRT. Again, these are just a video I made. It's coming out, I think, later on today. SRT, and pretty much what this done is I could just command this. I walked away from it. I actually went off and I had a cup of tea, I think. And from there, it just generated everything for me. So it generated all the images for me, went to Hicksfield, sent it over, and pretty much had the entire design for me. Now, there is changes here because it turns out that it was had the wrong skill that I was mentally thinking about. So if I can quickly show you the other one, hopefully. No, this one is not going to show it, I don't think. Yeah, so this was the same thing. I done it with AI as well. So got to create the carousels. They're hopefully loading up a bit for us. So here's the carousel. Pretty much again sent. What it does is I / carousel. From there, AI understands what I want because I've given it the information. It has all the context because it has my MD files, things like that. It went to Hicksfield, which is an image generation, made all the images, came right back to me. And from there, I had everything finished, ready for me to go. And you can see these are all the different images have YouTube videos and stuff like that have been operated through the same process. So again, a massive opportunity to kind of help your business and grow it in simple and straight way. So on that note, if we jump back to this and finalize it all, this is pretty much what's led me to this understanding with AI. I think it's an opportunity for everyone out there to really take full advantage of it. I think business owners are missing out on it if you're not using it. If you're still using ChatGPT in the basic way of typing into it, it is going to be a struggle for you, because you're never going to find that it's going to actually reduce time for you. So you more than likely will only use it once or twice and then leave it. And said, I've built a community around all of this, and the whole focus of this community is to try and give AI in marketing basically a place for your business. Now, most communities like this are doing the same thing. What they do is they just focus 100% on AI systems, things like that, fancy AI things. But the difference I'm trying to bring into all this is focusing on the marketing side of things and understanding the importance of building a good foundation with everything, with your marketing, with AI, if you're using AI for different tasks. And I think that's vitally important. So if you're interested in joining the community, let me know in the comments. Most of the time, if you comment Hub, on most platforms, you get the information sent to you. It's, as I said, it's a growing community. There's not many of them at this moment in time, even in Ireland, that are focusing on marketing and AI. And I think that's one of the key things if you're interested in learning more about it. Again, hopefully helped you this entire session. I'm going to be doing more of these lives throughout the week, especially next week, as I said, because I think it's a massive opportunity. And like I said, I'm wanting to help more business owners to do this. And quickly, as I said, if we show over here and I scroll back up, these have with your connectors and plugins, and forgot to mention this, with your connectors and plugins with Claude, with their recent addition of small businesses, they have the opportunity now to connect to different plugins. So the different plugins they have is the same thing. If you go to the left hand side, click customize, and down here is personal plugins. You want to click add plugin, so browse plugins, and they've already built out a small business section here. So you can see it's small businesses, and in here it has a list of different skills that small business owners can use and connectors already. So if you use QuickBooks, PayPal, HubSpot, Canva, document design, Slack, Stripe, all these things, it will connect for you. If it's the case, there's a host of different skills. So again, if you're using HubSpot, you can have CRM cleanup, CRM maintenance, customer pulse check. What else have we got? We have Canva Creator. Again, I'm going to be talking about this later on, and pretty much diving into that a bit more. We also have sales brief, things like that. So look, that's just to give you an idea of where you can go, but I don't want to go into that road yet, because of the simple reason of you need to kind of build out the foundations first, and I think that's key. I'm not jumping to loads of different things just to hope for the best. So look, anyone have any questions on any platform, just throw something in there now. I want to obviously, one, check, make sure everything is working anyway, and two, if it's a case, it's pretty much working. So give me a second, and what we'll do is we'll jump over to each platform and see. Right, so TikTok, or not TikTok, YouTube and something else. What else are we on? Yeah, YouTube and LinkedIn. As I said, I'm not even sure if that's 100% live yet, so we'll have to hope for the best on that one. On TikTok, I have someone, SF. Thanks very much for commenting. I'm seeing loads of TikToks about OpenClaw. Do you know much about it? So OpenClaw is pretty much another platform AI. It gives you the opportunity to connect a lot of different AIs into it. It's like a dashboard. It's kind of a process as well. I don't use it. Didn't dive into it a whole lot, because I'm trying to stick more with the likes of your Claudes, your ChatGPTs, things like that, because I know OpenClaw did have something that stopped you from using Claude, Anthropic's API and stuff connected to it. Again, I could be wrong, but OpenClaw can be brilliant for people that are really, really deep in the trenches of AI. The ability to use AI basically anywhere at all, have agents running, doing different tasks for you. So, like as I said, it is a great tool from that point of view, but in terms of from business owners, realistically, it's not going to be feasible to go off and spend, I think, a couple of €100 on MacBooks and stuff, or mini Macs or whatever they're called, to try and have agents running in the system. So definitely, it's something you'd have to dive deeper into it. I haven't used it a whole lot for that simple reason. But I do think Claude have kind of given most people now a platform that allows them to do everything that you need to do for a business point of view and streamline things much easier. So that's my kind of views on OpenClaw. And anyone wants this, so I love to get dropshipping business set up and run completely by AI. 100% you could do this. AI can do, I would say, 90% of that work for you. Most of the times with SF, with dropshipping, is you're just trying to get attention online. So you're obviously selling some sort of product. Let's say, I don't know, I'm going to pick candles, unless you have the product yourself that you want to share. But let's say you're selling candles. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be showcasing it on social media in general. And AI can help you create 90% of your content if you wanted to go down that road. If you wanted to go down the road, say, of showing the product being made and things like that, you could do that. The whole back end of this is going to be built out with AI, so your website can automatically connect anyway to whatever dropshipping, I think that's what you said, didn't you? Dropshipping company. Yeah, so dropshipping, whatever the product is, and that's it. So as I said, 100% can be helped with AI, and if anything, it can probably be made much quicker with AI, because now you can create content basically online using different AI systems and tools, like what I have here with Higgsfield. Allows you to connect to image generation, video generation. So now you can create like AI models to showcase products, to do that. As I said, first task of dropshipping is pretty much you need to get views. And once you start getting views, you start getting attention, you start then converting that to people to sales and things like that. So definitely AI is one area you could definitely use excel with dropshipping. So yeah, any more questions? I think that could be it. I don't think anyone is on YouTube or LinkedIn anyway. TikTok, no problem. SF, best of luck with whatever way you do it. And as I said, any questions, always just reach out to me and I'll help out wherever I can. Yeah, look, we leave it there. Again, if anyone wanted this entire presentation, just let me know. I'll have it downloaded and I'll just send it on to you in DMs. Just hit me in DMs and I'll send it on to you. And that's pretty much, we'll leave it there for today. And again, make sure you notifications follow for the next live, because as I said, we'll dive deeper and deeper into AI as we progress throughout this. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone